So, you're in the ACC community, and you've been thinking about topping up your qualification with a full university degree. Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are breaking down everything you need to know about the Oxford Brookes University BSc in Applied Accounting. And trust me, this is incredibly time-sensitive.
Right. Let's cut straight to the chase. The single most important date you need to burn into your memory is May 2026. And I want to be crystal clear. This isn't just another deadline. This is the absolute, final, last ever submission window for this degree. The program is closing for good. Once this date passes, that's it. Okay, so to make sure you've got a clear game plan, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with why this is the final call, then jump into checking if you're eligible. After that, we'll break down the main project, figure out how to choose a topic, map out your submission journey, and finally, look at what it all means when you cross that finish line. Let's jump in.
First things first, the final call. I really want to hammer this point home. This isn't a maybe, it's not a rumor. Oxford Brookes Business School has officially confirmed it. After May 2026, the BSc and Applied Accounting will no longer be offered. Period.
So what does that mean for you right now? It means the window of opportunity is closing, and it's closing fast. You have exactly 2 shots left at this. Your first chance is the submission period in November 2025, and your very last chance, the end of the line, is May 2026. The clock is definitely ticking. Okay, with that deadline staring us right in the face, your first move, and I mean before you even think about brainstorming topics or writing a single word, is to make absolutely sure you are eligible to submit. So the big question is, are you? Let's break down exactly what the university is looking for. This is your personal checklist.
All right, listen up, because these are the absolute must-haves. No wiggle room. First, you need to have passed 3 specific ACCA papers: financial reporting, audit and assurance, and financial management. You also need to be clear on all the other knowledge and skills papers, either by passing or exemption. Next, and this is a big one, you must have completed the ACCA Ethics and Professional Skills module. And of course, make sure your ACCA fees are all paid up. Finally, they need to know your knowledge is fresh, so there are rules around that too. You have to tick every single one of these boxes.
And this is probably the most important piece of advice I can give you. Do not guess. If you have even the tiniest doubt about any of those points, you need to email the university directly. Why? Because they check your eligibility after you submit. Imagine doing all that work, pouring your heart and soul into the project, only to find out you weren't eligible in the first place. They won't even mark it. All that effort, just gone. So please, check first. Okay, so let's say you've checked, you've gotten the green light, and you're eligible. Awesome. Now let's dig into the main event, the Research and Analysis Project, or what everyone just calls the RAP.
So what's the deal with the RAP anyway? Why do they make you do it? Well, it's all about proving you have those next-level graduate skills. The ACCA exams are great at testing your technical knowledge, but the RAP is designed to test your ability to research, to analyze information critically, and to reflect on your own learning. Things that go way beyond a typical exam. It's about applying what you know.
So what does this project actually look like? Well, it breaks down into 2 main pieces. The main event is the research report. We're talking a hefty 7,500 words here, a real deep dive. Then, to back that up, you have a 2,000-word skills and learning statement, which is basically where you reflect on the whole process and what you learned along the way. Now, you're probably wondering, how does this all turn into my final degree grade? Good question. It all comes down to the grade you get on that big research report. You're graded on 4 different technical skills, from your understanding of business models to how you present your findings. Your performance across these 4 areas determines your final grade for the project, which in turn determines your degree classification.
All right, so you get what the RAP is, you know how it's graded. Now comes the really big decision, picking your topic. You have 15 to choose from, but there's a key question you need to answer first.
Before you even glance at that list of 15 topics, you've got to ask yourself one very practical, very honest question. What kind of information and data can I realistically get my hands on? See, your answer is going to send you down one of 2 very different roads. The secondary data path means you're using publicly available info. Think annual reports, news articles, industry analysis. It's generally predictable and easier to find. The other path is primary data. This is where you generate your own information through things like interviews or surveys inside an organization. The catch? You need to get permission, and that can be a huge time-consuming hurdle. You need to be really honest with yourself about which of these is truly feasible for you. Oh, and here's a quick but super important rule no matter what topic you pick. Your final report absolutely must use two different business models, like a SWOT analysis or a pestle analysis, on top of all your financial analysis. That's a non-negotiable requirement.
Okay, deep breaths. We've talked about what you need to do. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of how, and more importantly, when you need to get it done. Let's talk about your path to submission.
All right, this is it, the final countdown. Let's get these dates in your calendar. If you're aiming for that November 2025 submission, you must have your ethics module done by late September. If you're going for the grand finale in May 2026, then that ethics module has to be finished by March. These aren't suggestions, they are hard deadlines you just can't miss.
Now the good news is you don't have to go on this journey alone. In fact, you're not allowed to. Working with a registered mentor is a mandatory part of the deal. Their job is to be your guide. You have to meet with them at least 3 times. And that last meeting is a big one. You'll be delivering a full presentation of your research to them.
And hey, beyond your mentor, don't sleep on the official support resources. The program has its own YouTube channel, and it's packed with Q&A sessions featuring the people who actually run the program. It's an absolutely essential and totally free resource that can make a huge difference. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground here. We've talked eligibility, the project itself, topics, and the timeline. So let's bring it all home and focus on the prize at the end of all this, earning your degree. So, after all that, you might be asking, is all this hard work really worth it? And the answer is a resounding yes. This degree is a massive career enhancer. It's proof on paper that you can do more than just pass exams. It shows employers that you can think critically, that you can manage a huge project from start to finish, and that you can communicate complex ideas like a true professional. These are the skills that get you noticed.
So, that's the roadmap. Everything you need to know about the final submissions for the Oxford Brookes BSc. The absolute last call, your final opportunity, is May 2026. The only question left is, are you ready?